Aloha students, and welcome to the introductory lecture for MBA610 Introduction to Managerial Accounting. What we'll do today in this introduction is go through the course syllabus, go through the course schedule, and that's a separate document. And they both reside in Canvas, and we'll talk a little bit about Canvas as well in this introductory lecture. Okay, so first let's look, by the way, I'm Richard Keto. I will be your instructor for this course. First, let's take a look at the course syllabus. As I indicated, there's a copy available for you to review or download if you want in Canvas. If you look under the syllabus tab, you'll see both this course syllabus as well as the course schedule. There's a little link there to both of those. Okay, so first let's look at the course syllabus. First thing is the textbook, Managerial Accounting, A Business Perspective, the 9th edition, Hermanson, etc. It's an online e-textbook. It's available from textbookmedia.com. You can order it from the Chaminade bookstore, but I would highly recommend against doing that because it's much more expensive than getting it directly from the publisher's website. And again, the URL is www.textbookmedia.com. There's various options as far as getting the textbook. You can get an online-only version. You can also get various kinds of hard copy. There's a loose leaf bound. There's a paperback version. There's even a hard copy version if you want, but you can look at all the different options on the website there. I sent an email out earlier, and I hope everybody got it, that described the textbook ordering process and the different options. So make sure you go back and look at that email. The other thing that you're going to need in this class is a financial calculator, specifically an HP12C calculator or a related smartphone app. So if you have a smartphone, whether it's an Android or an iPhone, there are apps for that. Android has, I believe, a free app for the HP12C. iPhone has inexpensive options for getting that at the iTunes store. Don't get the official Hewlett-Packard HP12C app because that is relatively expensive. I believe it's like $12 or $13. As I said, you can get much cheaper versions that work fairly well through the Android store or the iTunes store. Okay, you're going to need the financial calculator sometime in the middle to end of the semester. So not right away, but you have a little bit of time then to get it. And again, you can get the actual calculator, or you can get the smartphone app. If you have a different financial calculator, for example, a Texas Instruments BA2 Plus, you can use those, except all of the lectures. I have a lecture on the use of the HP12C calculator that you can review. So everything will be geared toward the HP12C. If you're going to use anything other than an HP12C, then you can most certainly use it, except you'll be on your own as far as learning how to use it. And if you have any issues with it, I won't be able to help you with those. So I can only help you with the HP12C because that's what I've used my whole life. And that's basically the main primary financial calculator that's used in the business world. So it's best that you learn how to use that one. But again, if you have another one already, then by all means, go ahead and use it. My contact information, you can see there. Obviously, for an online class, there's no office hours per se. So just email me. You can see my email address there. And so we can set up a time either to email back and forth, or to have a online chat session. So anyway, do that. And by the way, the university's policy is, and almost all instructors are going to follow this, you have to use your Chaminade email address in corresponding with faculty. So, and you have to send any email to the faculty's Chaminade email address. Okay, the learning management system that we use, it's called Canvas. That's going to be used quite heavily in our course and every other online course here at Chaminade, has automatic built-in email, a system that goes to your Chaminade email address and no other. So you have to use your Chaminade email address. I sent, as I said, about a month ago, an email to everybody, again through their Chaminade email address, the something.something@student.chaminade.edu. So if you haven't gotten that, you better go look and see your Chaminade email address. And also, if you want to forward that Chaminade email address to your most commonly used email if you so desire. But again, make sure you check your Chaminade email quite extensively. Okay. Excuse me. Hold on. So you can read the course catalog, the catalog course description, and the course objectives on your own. Those are pretty standard. Notice that I have highlighted here on the first page of the syllabus that you're going to spend a lot of time on this course. On-ground students that take this face-to-face, I tell them they have to spend at least 15 to 20 hours a week on this class alone to succeed in this course and to do as well as you need to do. As is indicated in the next page, for online classes, especially this online class, you're going to be expected to spend much more time than a regular face-to-face. You're not going to have the advantage of that 4-hour-a-week face-to-face, so you're going to have to increase that 15 to 20 hours to maybe even 20 to 25 hours a week. Again, every week, just to succeed in this course. Online courses take much more work on the student's part than face-to-face classes, so be prepared for that. So we're going to be using Canvas, which is a learning management system, extensively in this class. This is the first term that Canvas is actually being used on a general basis throughout the university. If you have not yet learned how to use Canvas or haven't used it for another class, when you log into Canvas, on the landing page, there is some links to tutorials that you can go to learn how to use Canvas, but you will be turning in all of your homework via Canvas. All of the communication essentially with you will be through Canvas. So it's imperative that you learn how to be comfortable with the use of Canvas. Okay. Okay, so the way this course is delivered is I have a recorded lecture for each of the chapters in the course, which are chapters 1 through 10. Okay, those are recorded via Zoom, which is a sort of like a GoToMeeting and almost Skype-like, except there's much more academic friendly features, I guess you could say. So I tape lectures, okay, and I post those to my YouTube channel. So if you just go to YouTube and search Richard Keto, you'll see my YouTube channel pop up. Look under the section called MBA610, and there's going to be two separate sections. One is for the MBA610 recorded lectures. Another will be for the MBA610 recorded homework. So the lectures, everyone should listen to. There will be a weekly quiz based on the recorded lectures. The weekly quizzes will be available to you in Canvas in the files. Files section. There's going to be a folder called Zoom quizzes, and you can access the quizzes there. You are to turn in those Zoom quizzes in the assignments section of the Canvas website. And as when we go over the course schedule, you'll see the due dates for those submissions of the Zoom quizzes. Okay. So anyway, listen to the weekly Zoom quizzes when it's indicated to do so on the course schedule, and then take the weekly quizzes after that. Okay. So the listening to the lectures, the recorded lectures, is mandatory. And as I indicated, there are quizzes on it. So make sure you take notes when you're listening to the recordings. Okay, so after you turn the homework in that's assigned for each chapter, and again, that's on the course schedule, and we'll go through that in a little while, I will then record the solutions to those homework in a folder under the Files section of Canvas. I'm also just going to post the solutions by themselves without any recorded commentary. So if you get it just by looking at the solution, then fine. You don't really have to listen to my review of the homework. But if you want some additional reinforcement, or you don't quite get what the written homework solutions say, then listen to the homework solution recordings, because that's where I go over each of the homework assignments for your understanding. Okay, but again, that's not required. That's only if you can't understand how to get the solutions just by looking at the written solution thing. Okay, that'll be clearer when you actually start working on this. Okay, grading. There's several elements of grading. You can see there, they total up to 429 points. So you can see the number of points required for each letter grade. And as you are aware, you need to get a B or better. Otherwise, you have to retake the course. So you get a below 343 points, you will have to retake it. So make sure you get above 343 points, I guess. Okay, so looking at each of the components of the grading, the homework, you'll see when we go over the course schedule that each chapter's homework is worth 5 points each. The homework assignments assigned are the exercises at the back of each of the chapters of the textbook. The due dates are indicated there. The due date is generally Sunday night at midnight. So this week's homework, and again, we'll go over the schedule on this, but this week's homework, which is chapters 1 through 3, are all due midnight, October 9th. So actually it's 11:59 p.m. is when all the homework is due, okay? You have to submit the assignment via Canvas. And there's an assignments section there where you submit homework. The assignments into Canvas must be in Microsoft Word, Excel, or PDF format. So a lot of people like to hand write accounting homework, and I would too. So if you want to handwrite your homework, that's fine. Just scan it and save it as a PDF file and then submit that PDF file, okay? So again, you can either type it out in Word or Excel or write it out, scan it and save it as a PDF, then submit that, okay? And those are worth 5 points each chapter. The comprehensive problems, you can see there on the second page of the course syllabus. At the end of several of the chapters, not every one, but most of the chapters, I have a problem or a comprehensive problem there, and the page numbers where you can find those. Those are similar to the homework, except it just in they're just a little bit more complex than the homework assignments. So they're a little bit more intensive and more involved. Those are to be done and turned in after you go over the homework solutions for that chapter. So these are not due the same time the homework assignments are due for their respective chapters. These are due a week later than that when you've had a chance to review the homework assignments, the homework solutions, excuse me. Then you go ahead and do these comprehensive problems. So on the course schedule, you'll see the due dates for these comprehensive problems. They all differ as far, I mean, it's a weekly thing, so they're not all due all at one time. Okay, and those are worth 3 points each. Excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat, so I'm gonna drink my iced tea, which by the way is my favorite drink. I love iced tea. Okay, so business decision cases. Also at the end of each chapter, there is a section for additional kinds of activities, and one of them is the business decision case. You'll see these the page numbers and the case numbers that you are to do. Okay, these are all due at the end of the term. So submit a single file with all of these business cases in them. So again, either Word, Excel, or write it out and then save it as PDF. Okay, these are worth 4 points each, but again, these are due all at one time at the end of the term. Okay, these are more critical thinking type cases where you take the information that you've learned in each of the chapters, and they're either more extensive problems that involve some analysis as well, or they're critical thinking, strictly analysis type questions. Okay, so this is helpful for your critical thinking skills. As I indicated, there is a short quiz that you take after listening to each Zoom session, including this session right here, the introductory session. You can go to the Files tab in Canvas to find to access the Zoom quizzes. You don't have to necessarily print out the Zoom quiz and then answer the quizzes right on that quiz. You can just have a separate sheet of paper that with only the answers to the questions on the quiz, so you don't have to rewrite, in other words, the question itself. Yeah, just submit the answers. Okay, and those are worth 2 points each. So not a lot of points, but every point does help. Exams. There will be 2 midterm exams worth 100 points each, as indicated on the course schedule. Being an online class, exams will also be a take-home online. So obviously open book, open notes. They will be made available a week before they're due, again, as indicated on the course schedule. And you don't have to submit the entire exam with the questions and everything in Canvas. You should submit only the answers. Okay. I don't want the entire exam with all of the questions as well. So just the answers you need to submit. The final exam is cumulative, and it's going to cover chapters 1 through 10. Again, it's take home, obviously, so it is open book, open notes, and then the final exam is worth 100 points as well. One of the reasons that a lot of instructors like online classes is because, especially for exams, we're not constrained by time as far as giving exams. In a classroom situation, you only have a couple of hours for students to take the exam, so the exams tend to be kind of truncated and can't possibly cover a lot of ground. However, in an online class, we basically don't have any time limit. So a lot of us like that because we can give a much more comprehensive exam that covers a lot more area. And that's what these exams will be. They're not going to be as short as if you were to take this class in a face-to-face setting. As I've indicated, those exams, I give a 2-hour exam, which doesn't cover everything. An online exam, this will cover everything. So it's going to take you much longer than 2 hours to do each of the exams. In fact, I'm estimating it might take you 10 hours for the regular exam and up to 20 hours to do the final exam. So that's an advantage for faculty anyway, as far as being able to test you on everything. Of course, it makes the exams really long, but that can't be helped. That's okay. Okay. Okay, the course schedule has all of the details of the homework as well as the due dates for anything that needs to be turned in. So, and we'll go to that in a second. Okay, so again, email. Email is done strictly through the Chaminade email system. And again, that's first name dot last name at student.chaminade.edu. Okay, so again, make sure you access that CUH email on a regular basis. That email I sent to you a few weeks ago has the instructions on accessing the textbook. It's the same website that was at the indicated at the beginning of this syllabus. And again, the best place to get this is the publisher's website. Even the places like Amazon and Chegg, etc., don't have this particular textbook. Again, because it's primarily online only. If you're lucky, you may be able to find some of the printed copies around. But I found generally, though, that the publisher's website is the cheapest and easiest place to get it. Obviously, you'll need your textbook this week already. You'll need it right away. So that's even more ammunition for getting the online one, because that's an instantaneous access. But if you really want the printed version, if you're one of those that like paper textbooks, then go ahead and get that. But again, you'll have to expedite shipping because you'll need it right away. That's the reason I sent out the email about a month before class started, was so that people who wanted the printed version could go ahead and order it and get it in time for the first week of class. Okay. So anyway, that's the course syllabus. Let's now go to the course schedule. And okay, there it goes. And hold on, let me, I think I need to switch something here. Okay, there we go. Excuse me. I need some more of my iced tea. Okay, so the course schedule gives the week and what the topic is for that week. So for example, this week, week 1 starts October 3rd, Monday. The topic is chapters 1 through 3 of the textbook, and then you have the assignments here on the right-hand side of what needs to be done. So this week, you're to listen to the chapter 1, 2, and 3 recordings. Take the Zoom quiz. There's a single Zoom quiz for all 3 of those chapters, okay? So take the quiz after you've listened to all 3 chapters. You'll see the exercises there. There's no exercises for chapter 1, so it's just chapters 2 and 3 there. And then those, as you notice, is due 11:59 p.m. on October 29th, which is this coming Sunday. Okay, so again, the week, the topic of that week, and then what you need to do. Okay, notice that the week of October 17th, which is the 3rd week, and notice from the 2nd class on, you not only have the chapter lectures that you need to listen to, you also have to go over the homework. So either going through just the printed version of the solutions so you understand them, and or listening to the homework review that I go through. So you have double the amount of Zoom sessions starting from week 2. So not only the lectures, but also the homework, either reviewing it on your own or listening to the homework review. But that's an important process. So after you turn in your homework, then the next day, or assuming the next Monday, the solutions are opened up and the homework review recording is opened up. So just don't turn in the homework and forget about it. You turn in the homework and then you review the homework solutions to what you did, just to make sure you understand what you've done. So that's an important process. That's going to take a while, but it's a worthwhile process. Okay, so 3rd week then, after listening to the chapters 4 and 5 homework review and or reviewing the solutions, then you're going to take exam 1, and you have the entire week of that October 17th week to complete exam 1, because as you notice, Sunday night, October 25th, is when the solutions to the exam 1 are due. Okay, so that 3rd week is devoted to you reviewing the homework for chapters 4 and 5, and then when you're ready to take the exam, then you take it. The exam has no specific timelines as far as when you can take it, other than you can start taking it October 17th, which is the Monday, and it's due Sunday night, 11:59. So you can take it anytime in between. There's no time limit. You can stop, retake it. Okay, so it's not really timed, other than you have the week to do it. Okay. Chapter 2, you'll notice is, exam 2, you notice is near the end of the term. On the 28th of November, that week is when you'll be doing the 2nd exam. And then final exam is going to be distributed the last week of class, so the week of December 5th, and that's going to be due about 2 weeks later, not quite 2 weeks, but you have almost 2 weeks then to do the final exam. Okay, and don't forget that the business decision cases are due at the same time as the final exam, December 18th, 11:59 p.m. Okay, so that's a course schedule. That also is in Canvas under the heading syllabus. You'll be able to tell the difference between the two. So one file in that syllabus section is the actual syllabus. The other file in that section is the course schedule, class schedule. Okay. The syllabus generally is not going to change, almost never. There may be a possibility that the class schedule might change. More so for a face-to-face class, though, if a meeting comes up or a conference comes up that I'm unexpectedly not scheduling right now. But as with respect to an online class, that's not going to make that much difference, since I'm not going to be meeting with you face-to-face anyway. And yeah, by the way, we don't have any quote-unquote live recorded sessions or live meetings that you have to attend. Everything is pre-recorded and posted on YouTube. So there's no specific time that you need to be online with me. Many classes have that kind of a thing, and not face-to-face, a live component of it where everybody meets online together at the same time. This class does not have that kind of a component. Yeah, so everything is pre-recorded. Okay, so that's it. Welcome to, again, MBA610. So you can, actually, I don't have that on the assignments. Oh, interesting. We'll have to add that. There is a Zoom quiz for the introduction. So I'm going to add that to the into the Canvas site now. I'm going to change this class schedule to reflect that assignment. So there's 2 Zoom quizzes that are due on the 9th. The one for the introduction, that's this one right here that you're listening to. And then a second Zoom quiz for the recordings on chapters 1 through 3. Okay, so yeah, I have to revise the class schedule to reflect that. Okay, so that's it. Anytime anybody has any questions or want clarification or meetings with me or etc., email me and I'll get back to you with the appropriate time we can talk. Okay, that's it. Aloha, and until next time, see you later.